It's now 10 to 6 in the morning. Walking on my way to West Kowloon Cultural District. Good temperature. No wind, no rain, no sun. But should be the sun has already risen. We may be able to get some good shots of the sunrise. Let's see how we go. So Saturday morning, the first day of a 3-day weekend. So hopefully the traffic will be light. So I can break the rules by crossing the road right here. Dangerous corner. Blind corner. Nothing coming. Keep going. Have a good look. No cars in sight. So have a nice long walk wide around the roundabout. Set the walking system going. Today we'll set it for an outdoor walk. I just think my legs need a little bit of a rest. The back knee on the right hand side seems to be a little bit tight. Outdoor walk, there we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. All systems go. It's the entrance to WKCD. Nice wide dual carriageway. Administration buildings on the left. There's plenty of those. Seems like art and creativity generates a huge demand for administration. That's the way it is. I hope the microphone is picking up the bird calls. They're all full of energy this time of the morning. There's another regular, obviously trying hard to do his toe fall with his jogging. Good for him. I do not find that natural at all. It's okay if you're sprinting, naturally you run on your toes, but I've never found it comfortable when jogging. Used to put far too much stress on the calves and Achilles tendon. That's a Western Tunnel administration area on the right. So it has a huge area onto itself. Again, the road tunnel is to allocate such resources to administration. I don't know if the mic is picking up the pigeons. They're also singing out their morning tune. Maybe they already had breakfast. Early birds and all that. Very pleasant this time of the morning. Fortunately, apart from all the concrete, good amount of areas devoted to basically greenery. Gives a very lush impression. Grows very well, of course, in a semi-tropical climate. Nicely landscaped. Plenty of trees. And a few grass areas, one of which we'll see in a minute. This is like a small field, which is really nice for running around. Those of us who always ran on grass when we were young, it's a very comfortable feeling. Now there's one silver vehicle, he's a regular. On the right, that's the Beijing Palace Museum building. It's taking a long time to construct. I think the superstructure was finished long ago. Perhaps even the internal fittings. But the outside areas, so it's blocked off from the public up till now. Taking a long time to finish. Maybe because of the pandemic. We won't see this open for a few months yet. And I dare say they have not yet even started choosing which artifacts to transport here from Beijing. But looking forward to seeing that. Now we can start to see the larger grass area. I'm not going on there today, but I really used to enjoy running around there. It's very easy on the joints. It's spongy, so it requires a bit more energy than running on concrete. But it's certainly easier on the knees and ankles. And I used to find that running in tight circles after a good run on concrete was a good start to recovery, especially doing tight loops and figures of 8. So it worked different muscles from running or jogging in a straight line, allowed those muscles which you'd been using to relax a bit, wake up incidental and side muscles. So overall it was quite beneficial not only to go for a regular run or jog, but then to follow up, especially on grass, with tight loops and figures of 8. Highly recommended. Now we still can't see the sun, but it must be hidden behind that bank of clouds over on the east. We're facing east towards Joy. Again on the left, the other angled view of the administration buildings. There is actually a shop inside, plus the display. You can see a couple of regulars there, one in red, one in light green. Those tall buildings, that's ICC on the left, and residential block on top of Kowloon Station. So see, friendly people, seeing the same faces every day. This is Hong Kong. Most are locals, i.e. native born and bred Hong Kongers. Many speak English, some good English. Some either don't speak much at all, or at least don't have cause to make use of it. But it's just enough. Say hello, nod, say good morning in English or Cantonese, wave your hand, just to show politeness and friendliness. I think those are the tunnel ventilation buildings on the right. And we can see this is the main museum exhibit on the left, called M+. Ground floor, inevitably, restaurant, catering facilities. The shop is round the back. We might go and see it later. Good morning. Another friendly greeting. See a bare-chested, late middle-aged guy doing his morning stretching. He normally comes out with his wife. I don't see her at the moment. Oh, she's further over. That fellow in the red top, also a regular. As is this guy. He's always here with two dogs. Good morning.
Morning.
I think they must be trained guard dogs because they're always on the alert.
Angela.
No, easy, easy.
India.
Yeah, resting.
Oh.
Nice day. We're over there. We get a shot of the dogs. Where's the other one? He has two dogs. You see, they're always on the alert, watching. And just taking the moment to enjoy the morning fresh air. Not even sure whether the video is still going. Yeah, the red record light is still on. One more regular coming. This lady has been here every day, ever since I've been here. Always here this time of the morning. Must be for at least an hour a day. Originally walking, then doing something like power walking, now jogging. Used to be very thin. Now she's starting to look very fit. See, it's very quiet today. I'm a little bit surprised. Maybe because it is a holiday weekend. People are taking it easy, but then I wonder why they don't come out to enjoy the longer days, quiet mornings, fresh air. That's another regular, the one in the white top. You must all be wondering why I'm walking, not running today. I may break into a trot later, but this easy weather is just too good to miss. As soon as you start jogging, you know, your thoughts start to go inwards, especially feeling the sort of strain on legs and lungs, heart. Whereas at the moment I'm just what you might call externalizing my thoughts. That's another regular in the stripy top. Looks very fit. Good walking. Surprisingly few people today indeed. Most are regulars, but there's quite a few other regulars who haven't yet turned up. It's already past 6 a.m. So I suppose the 5 a.m, 5:30 a.m. crowd, many of them decided not to come out today. See the overhead walkway on the side. Might go up there later to have a raised view of the harbour. Now this green area on the side gets a lot of wear and tear. It's hard to imagine seeing West Kowloon Cultural District now, what it's like later. Hundreds, even thousands of people, youngsters, families out picnicking, playing, some even pitching tents. So the grass regularly has to be replaced, upgraded. That was another regular, girl in the white top. She only ever walks. Now on the parapet on the side, you can see the results of some youngsters having a nice evening out last night, leaving all the empty bottles behind. Hope they had a good time. Now that little sampan out in the harbour. That's hard to see from here. He may have a fishing line in the water. Can't imagine why he would just be stopping there otherwise. This blue building on the right is yet another tunnel administration building. That may even be part of the ventilation. I suppose one area is intake, one is exhaust. Not sure. Girl who just ran past, also another regular. A reassuring number of youngsters coming out to get their daily exercise. Now we're looking at the Western Harbour. All these working vessels. They may or may not be working today. It's not a public holiday today, but they may still have the day off. Looking out towards Chingy Island, Chingy Bridge, or the Ching Ma Bridge actually it's called, part of the Airport Expressway infrastructure. You can see towards Lantau, but it's a bit misty today. And coming round Stonecutters Island coming into view. And cross over onto the actual footpath so we can see how lush foliage. This is so nice. Still. Yeah, the district administration have done a really nice job. There's lots of paved roads and walkways so people can just walk in sports clothes or regular clothes, plus plenty of these small grassed areas, plenty of trees and shrubs. At least it gives the impression of fresh air. I think must be right. And now we've got a good view of the Beijing Palace Museum. Those yellow and red barriers are all 6 feet high, so it's very difficult to see over and check what's going on. It's only natural to have some kind of proprietary feelings towards these local facilities, even though it's masterminded from Beijing. It's an unusual design. I'm not sure if I like it. It does attract attention, so it's got that going for it, but just seems to waste a lot of space. Let's jump up here, see if we can see more. No, not really. It's got all the contractors' temporary buildings, mini containers with air conditioning, site offices. I'm not sure when we'll ever see an end to those. It's all supposed to be done and finished by this summer, or at least by autumn. But hard to see there's any sense of urgency. Of course, this time of the morning we don't see workers on site. Maybe later on it's all hustle and bustle, or it may be they plan, once most of the pandemic restrictions in Hong Kong are lifted, then they'll speed up the final processes of getting the building ready, installing all the exhibits. Alright, now we're facing towards the northern part of Kowloon, residential areas, West Kowloon. Sai Kok Choi. Actually looking towards Lion Rock, but it's the top is covered in mist this morning. More working boats. This is inside the Yamade typhoon shelter. Some of these working vessels will be going out, some maybe not. They're all berthed here overnight. Workers start appearing generally 6 a.m, 6:30, maybe a bit later. Now you can see one of the working vessels heading out. The time is now coming up to 6:15. There's another one coming in. Always something happening on this harbour. Hey, good morning, Hassan. Friendly guy. No English. With an unfriendly dog. Where is he? There he is. Hello, boy. Hey, he ignores everybody, the dog, just not socially adjusted. Have a good view of ICC in the Kowloon station area. A couple of girls about to jog past. They were on the grass just now. Haven't seen them before. All I can say is, wow, one on the right, her legs are so skinny. But she can still run, so they work. I wonder if they're keen joggers. They seem to have some kind of t-shirt uniform. No, this is the Yamada typhoon shelter with all the working vessels. Very placid, because it's a typhoon shelter. Apart from the regular working vessels, there's also kind of ferries or water taxis. Because if you think, even those 100 yards offshore, or especially the ones out in the western harbour, somehow the workers have to get there. So there are water taxis and ferries to take them. Now look at all the birds looking for their seafood this time of the morning. Seems to be a flock of them. I'm flying quite low. My bird recognition isn't good enough and my eyesight is not good enough to know what birds they are, but they seem to be looking for... I just saw one swoop down and touch the surface of the water. I suppose they may be catching insects or something like that. Good luck to them. Those who lived in Hong Kong long enough will know that all the gigantic buildings you're looking at are built on reclaimed land. Some years ago, that was where the Yamada typhoon shelter was. It's all water, including something many will remember with fondness, the Hong Kong Yamada ferry. Even the vehicular ferry. Time was long ago before the central tunnel was built. The vehicular ferry from here was the only way to